Hi, I just wanted to make a really quick video about my hiatal hernia repair. I've had a lot of emails and a lot of questions about it, and I thought this was the best way to cover all those questions. Firstly, let me just apologise for the state of my hair. Currently, we're all still in lockdown here in the UK, so all of our hairdressers are still closed, so I can't do anything with it. And secondly, we've all been dyeing our hair and doing all those things that we can do. Now we've got nowhere else to be really, so it's supposed to look really cool metallic silver, but it just looks grey. Anyway, there's the explanation. So as far as my hiatal hernia goes, I suffered with a lot of acid reflux and a lot of heartburn for about 12 years. In fact, I actually took lansoprazole every day for 12 years. And if I didn't, and sometimes even though I did, I'd still wake up and vomit bile, and I'd still wake up with an acidic taste in my mouth. Not all the time, but if I ever forgot to take it or if I ran out, I definitely would. And sometimes even though I was taking it, I still would encounter that. But they were the only signs that I had a hernia. I didn't even know that it existed. So it's not that I went ahead and planned a surgery. What happened with me was I went in for a different procedure somewhere else. And while the surgeon was in there, he actually discovered this hernia. And so he repaired it while he was in there. He said there was actually, he said he's never seen anything like it really. There were actually 2 tennis ball sized I think he called them lipomas, 2 tennis ball size balls of fat on either side of my windpipe, and then a huge tear. He said it was a very big hernia, the biggest that he's ever seen, and he does specialise in those kinds of surgeries. The biggest he's ever seen. So he repaired that. He didn't use any kind of mesh. So when I woke up, let me just backtrack a bit. When I woke up, I did feel like a house had collapsed on me. I did feel like I couldn't breathe. I was really laboured to try and get breath. But I didn't know he'd done that. I knew I'd had a surgery in my intestines. I didn't know he was going to be up here tinkering. So I found it very difficult to understand why I had this, it is quite horrific, this horrific pain. So if you are going to get your hernia repaired, it isn't nice. I will say that it isn't nice. But within hours, it just feels better. It's horrific, but it's not horrific for a very long time. What hurt more was the gas pain from being in there and tinkering around. I don't know, whatever else, but I felt uncomfortable from, where I've been laying, everything else. He didn't use mesh, he did use sutures just to repair my diaphragm and to repair the hernia. And he did say that obviously that's sutured now for life. So I know there's a lot of horrific stories out there and there's a lot of horrible tales, but in my own experience, it wasn't nice, but it wasn't as bad as a lot of the things that you will hear. The healing was really, really quick. Once I'd started healing, the next day I went home. They did say I'd be in for about 3 days, and the next day I went home. I felt well enough, and they discharged me and sent me home. So don't believe everything that you read, and if you are going to get it repaired, it is worth it. Like I said, I didn't know that I had one, and I didn't know that it was it hurt to swallow for probably about 15 years actually, and I always felt like something was stuck. And I've been going to the doctor about it, and I was kind of being dismissed a lot. I didn't even know you could get a hernia up there. Anyway, I had these other health issues, and they were what had taken precedence, and that's when they found it. And as I've said, but it's not a nice surgery, but it's very, very quick, and the healing is super, super quick. And if you just rest and listen to your body, honestly, I have no heartburn. I can eat whatever I want. I don't feel that reflux. I'm not worried in the night about sleeping on my left side, because if I sleep on my right side, I'll vomit bile. You'll know what I mean by that. Anyway, it's not as scary as you think. I hope that's answered your questions. If you have any questions, just ask me, and I'll definitely respond. Take care.